In this video, I'm going to take time to run you through some great centre bounces that I've seen this year. The hit zones, the running patterns, the angles that the rucks have gone on. It'll give you a really good understanding of how powerful it can be if you can get the centre bounces right. There's been, obviously, it's the only place on the ground where you're going 4-on-4. When you've got to stop play any other parts of the ground, you've got half forwards coming up, you've got the plus ones dropping off. So if you can get the strategy right and be really effective out of the centre bounce, provides great momentum going forward, especially, a lot of clubs now these days trying to keep a lot of the possession in their forward half. So I'm going to go through some of these centre bounces and just give you a rundown on how they unfolded. So the first one, pretty much the first start of the year, was from the Gold Coast Suns. Now I've got those two spaces circled there because they're empty. But when Witts is a left-hander, so predominantly his spot would be there. So this is a really good spot from the Richmond player. But I love what Witts does here. He can use both hands. He can mix it up. Noah Anderson comes from the sweeper position and runs on this angle, and it's a brilliant tap. Just comes through, and then away he goes. Pushes his slight push with his defender, and then away he goes. Great body work as a blocker from Rao at the top there. So a really well drilled, well set up play. That actually went inside to King, excuse me, for a shot on goal. This guy's the best in the competition at centre bounces, Nick Dacos. His ability to move, I show a number of clips throughout this video on his running patterns, the way he draws opposition, the way he's so clean. Just his movement just creates chaos for the opposition. I love this. He's starting as a blocker. Look at the space he's giving himself off the line, and then just attacks it. And then the good thing I love about what Collingwood always do is they normally have the sweeper as a left footer. So Cripps, and in this stage, in this position, it's Pendlebury, left footer, and just makes it easier for the exit. This is a great tap from Draper, but I love when Essendon put String in the middle. He creates a lot of movement. He's quick. The opposition's always on alert. So this is another good positional. Does his work and then really works hard off his opponent as a blocker, and then a great tap. Sorry, it was Goldstein. So great tap, and away he goes. Handball out. This is Grundy. He's done some great taps this year. He's always been a really good tap ruckman. But row bottom is a really key ingredient for the Swans. He loves that bodying up as a blocker. And when he's in there, Heaney, if it's Heaney on, whether he's on this side or whether on this side, he can body up and use his body really well. But the other important key to Sydney is Warner. And you'll see in this bounce here, taps over, great body work by row bottom on Cripper, and then look at Warner just bolting, and great hands, and that resulted in a goal from outside 50. This, once again, it's Nick Dacos. So coming in from this position here, once again using that tap, coming from the blocker position, and then once again, here's a left footer. Great tap, and then bang. The use of left footer, as I explained before, it's either Pendlebury or Cripps that's coming off the back. And then in the same game, this is why he's so dangerous. It's just his movement. Nick Dacos just behind the ruck there. He just moves, goes to fake this way, but then he darts back into this little hole. And they love this hit. This is a really good, effective hit. Carlton like this as well. Gets up. Good body work there from Cameron. Just a soft little tap. And then watch the ball movement here. The body movement of Cripps. Great hands, look at that. And then over top. Out they go. Really well set up. This is Tim English to Bont. Now, Bont is really, really good in the middle. Fabulous player. But because of his size, well, the way he reads the ball off the hands, this is a really good tap from Tim English. But watch the Bont. You've got a two-time Brownlow medalist there. He just reads it more effective. Bang, straight through, straight to Ed Richards. This is Carlton. Great body work here from Kennedy. Love this hit from Decoy. This is against the Cats. But look at that. Just the ability to push off his opponent. Great hit. And then Walsh. The reaction for him to then hands out. Great setup. And then the same game. The reason why I love this hit is because of the body movement of the sweeper. And it turns out to be Walsh. So Walsh is starting here. And Kennedy ends up getting it. But because he gets shifted, rotated, he ends up facing away from his goal. And that's where Walsh comes into play. It's brilliant sweeper position roll. So the ball gets tapped. He gets tackled. But then he's facing away from his goal. But look who's waiting there. Just the body position is outstanding. Ability to be patient. Ability to get support and get in the vision of his teammate. I love this. So Meek and his opponent are facing this way. So hence the reason why majority of the players are sitting on this side, because they feel that the umpire coming in this way, both rucks facing this way, right? The hit is going to be in this area. But Meek sets this up really well with his Hawthorn teammate and hits it into this space. Hits it over the back. I think it's Dylan Moore that runs onto it. But it's a great hit. Look at that running pattern. He's coming behind the rucks. It's a great set play and then hits it. Really well done. Love that hit. Outstanding. This is a great tap from Port Adelaide. And any Butters, Horn Francis, Connor Rozee, they've got pace. Give them space, hit it out in front of them, and no one's going to catch him. Watch this body work he does on Winhager, who was tagging him at the time. Just bodies him. I think it's Connor Rozee. He's dragged his man away, so he becomes quite dangerous. Thinks he's going to be the one that's going to receive. And then look at this hit. Bang, out. That ended up resulting in a goal. Outside forward 50. Really love this from Gorney. They've kept this space open and use the player from here coming basically around. So similar to what Collingwood and Carlton do. But just a hit. The hit is unreal. He just gets so much purchase on it. And look at this, great running pattern. Coming through, bang, over. He did that quite a bit this night. He's been doing it quite regularly this year to change it up. So really good hit. Once again, this is Collingwood, but the reason why I'm showing this is not to do with Nick it is to do with Nick Dacos, but he doesn't receive it. So you got Pendlebury here as a sweeper, but look what Nick Dacos does. He drags not only his own opponent, but also creates urgency from Pendlebury's opponent. And I love this setup. It was definitely a set play. So the ball's drifting over. Look at this. 2-on-1. But who's free? Pendlebury. And look at that. Great set play. Love that. Great decoy. Great uh, unselfish play there from Nick Dacos just to drag those two Carlton players over there, Penderbury out in the open. So well set up there. And now this is the last one. This has only happened a couple of weeks ago. Time on the clock. There's 30 seconds to go. Scores are even. Now, what in theory, what Freo should have done is this play here. I think it's Brayshaw should have come as the sweeper, but Essendon able to set up really well. Caldwell works really hard to not only push his opponent under the ball, but also make it as though he's going to be the receiver, and then Merritt, as a left footer, coming out, is able to get a hold of it. So as it folds, watch Caldwell right here, great body work. This is where Brayshaw should have come over, but as long as they learn, and then great tap. At the end of the day, you still got to win the tap, and then Merritt comes through. So there's a view of some centre bounces that I've viewed this year that have been outstanding, and I hope you got a bit of something out of that.